Here is the review of Transformers Generation 2 Dreadwing and Smokescreen. And
Hey y'all.
My dad's here with me.
This is me and Colton's review of G2 Dreadwing and, like you said, Smokescreen. Now, I'm going to run through the bios right quick and we will get off to transformation. This one here, he has a couple of gimmicks and he has also a triple changer, which we will show you in the transformation. Getting off into his bio, this is Dreadwing. He is unique in this aspect. Dreadwing is a Decepticon triple changer from the G2 portion of the G1 continuity family. Dreadwing by nature was a pacifist. He loathed war and chooses not to get involved. Once he realized that the war on Cybertron would never end, he was forced to take a stand. Not being of outstanding intelligence, Smokescreen was able to manipulate him into the siding with the Decepticons. He coerced Dreadwing into believing that if he helped the Decepticons win the G2 wars, then all wars would end on Cybertron. Secretly, Dreadwing prefers neither side and desires to obliterate them all, Autobots and Decepticons. Dreadwing came out in 1994, transforms into a flying wing style stealth bomber. He also transforms into a tread tank mode. Now, Smokescreen here, not much is known about Smokescreen. He hates and a bizarre hatred of the Autobots and Decepticons. He can be very manipulative. He is very good at manipulating. And that's about it as far as the bios for Dreadwing and Smokescreen. So you have one who was originally a pacifist, and then you have a master manipulator here. Okay, that's about it as far as the information on these Decepticons for G2. Now we're going to get off into the transformation.
But first, we need to show the gimmicks.
Okay.
Now, Dreadwing does have a tank mode, but to get him ready, you want to take the tips of the wings here, fold them up, and for Smokescreen, you first want to flip up the landing gears, and yes, he does have retractable landing gears. One at the front and two here. And to insert Smokescreen in, you just tab him in.
Well, he did tab it one time. I don't think it tab works too much anymore. Yeah, I don't think it tabs in like it used to.
I have seen this done it to me.
Okay. Okay.
Well, he does tap in, and once he's tapped in, you just pull him back a little bit and it will hit a switch, and as you hit the switch, it would make these wings spring up
Like so.
like that. Oh, and Dreadwing does also have retractable landing gears, but it's only these here. And then you just take this here, which is the missile launcher, bring it up, and rotate it around. And also, when you push these buttons here, these will flip out and you have tank treads. And then you just lock them in. These are the buttons here.
Yeah, I don't know. But that is Dreadwing's tank mode.
And he did had some missiles that you insert here. Oh, and you also insert missiles to these holes here when he's in plane mode. And to fire them, you would push on these buttons here and they drop down on both wings.
And to shoot this in cannon mode, right there we would have the missiles coming out right here. And then these would turn.
Which is this here.
And that would fire the red missiles.
but we don't have
Don't
them.
have them.
And also, Smokescreen had 2 guns here that you plug here on both of these. But again, we don't have them. And it also fires more red missiles on those guns that tap into these.
Now, I do like the Decepticon signs on the wings right here. You catching that?
Yes.
That looks very good. I like the way that looks. And as far as Dreadwing here, now he does have logos too. His is of that Decepticon symbol.
And he has them on those here.
Mm-hmm. And he's got a bigger one right there. So,
On both?
yes, on both sides.
On both sides.
Now remember, this guy right here, he's a pacifist, but he is awfully a hulk of a robot. Be a pacifist who really doesn't like to fight. He's pretty well armed to the teeth with all of his missiles, and he's a big guy. So, which one do you want to transform, or you want to transform? Which one do you want to do?
This one.
Okay.
Smokescreen.
Okay.
So to transform Smokescreen, you want to take what will become his legs, untap them. Well, first I gotta flip up his landing gear. Then take the legs and the lower body here and untap it and bring it around. And these holes here is where these tabs here go into. Then you just straighten out his knees. Open his feet up. Take his arms here. And, well, but before you pull them out, you have to take the fins here, fold them down, and then you just take them out. And then you just straighten his elbows out. And then you want to take these here and flip them around. Then take the back here, untap it from here and bring it up. Then you want to rotate this entire thing around. Then bring this up and then bring this all the way down until it tabs into place using these holes and these pegs here. And you're done.
One thing I could say about Smokescreen, he has got evil light piping. I like it a lot. It comes through really good. That red, it just pops. The light piping on him and Dreadwing are awesome. Nailed it.
Also, if this mold looks familiar to some of you, that this is similar to Energon Starscream, because Starscream and Smokescreen here, they both have the same looks in robot mode, but just some differences with Starscream.
I like the way it looks. He feels really good, and he's very articulate. He can get into a lot of poses. You can get him into a lot of articulation. He's very nice. I just like the head sculpt. He looks just evil. You could tell, I mean, just looking at him, you can tell. A master manipulator? Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. Now this is the Hulk of the guy.
Dreadwing.
Dreadwing.
And to get him transformed, first got to bring back his treads. Take what will become his legs and untap them from this peg and that hole. And then bring them down. And then you want to take these and bring them in, and they will tap in. Well, but before you do that, take the missile launcher here, bring it down, and bring it out. So that way it's out of the way. Then you can tap these in. Then flip up his feet. Then you want to take these here, untap them. Then take the front here and flip it down. But before you do that, take his head here and flip it up. And then you can take the missile launcher here. Well, before you do that, flip this up. Then you want to take it and bring it all the way in to here. Then bring it up and rotate it around. So it's like this. Then close up this here. Take his arms here. Bring them out. Then you want to slide up these forearm pieces.
Slide up the arm pieces for your arm articulation.
To reveal his arms. And then rotate them down.
There we go.
And you're done.
No, I have to say, as far as he has nice red articulation, especially
do you mean red light piping?
Red light piping, thank you. What did I just say?
You said red articulation.
You're right. Oh, thank you. As far as them as a pair, he's the big brute, and he's the thinker behind the big brute. That's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like to me. I think that they look good as a pair. Now, didn't I see this come out somewhere else, like years ago? Wasn't this guy named Starscream and this guy Megatron? Was I reading that wrong, or did I read that right somewhere? Okay.
These were repaints of Starscream and Megatron.
Wow.
And they were also in G2.
Okay. G2. So that's weird to me, to know that this was Megatron and this was Starscream at one time in another adaptation. So we have Dreadwing, the big bulk, he's really a pacifist. But you wouldn't think that, because he's the reason why he's not a pacifist. Because that's a master manipulator right there. They kind of go hand in hand. He's the brute force and strength, and he's the main manipulator of over Dreadwing. So he's kind of the thinking head for the brute force and whatever else they need to do. Now, if you remember, on another review of mine, if you remember the other bomber that we had, which was, we'll find it here in a minute, Skyjack. And the thing about him was, with Skyjack, in his free time, he has been known to use human cars as target practice together with his mentor, Dreadwing. So, but I can't help but to think he wouldn't do that by himself. He wouldn't destroy cars and stuff like that with Nighthawk unless he had a manipulator to tell him what to do. So that's what I'm getting out of it. Because he really doesn't like to destroy anything. But with the mouth, he probably just him and Skyjack and all that just creating havoc and blowing stuff up. So Colton, what do you think about them? I like them. They're very neat for the time.
I also like them too.
And this was going back to 1994. 1994 is when these guys got released. I do not know what these numbers are for or if they mean anything. There are a couple of numbers on him and other stuff that says different things on the stickers. But yeah, he's a bomber.
And for articulation, first let's start off with Smokescreen. Head is on a swivel. Arms can rotate all the way around, but they sometimes get hindered by the wings. Move in and out, bicep swivel, elbow, ball jointed legs, knee joint, and that's it.
Yeah, because we're going back to 1994 where they didn't have ankle pivot or pretty much head articulation. Now I have to say for 1994 this is a pretty good amount of articulation compared to a G1.
And for Dreadwing, head is also on a swivel. And you can move his missile launcher here up and down. And it can also rotate. Arms can rotate on a soft ratchet. Move in and out on a soft ratchet. Elbow. Bicep swivel. Ball joint at the legs. Knee joint. And that's it.
Now, just like their eyes, their cockpits also have the same red translucent plastic in both of them, which I thought was a very nice touch. So,
and if they would have had their weapons with them, you can have them hold them in their hands. But we don't have their weapons.
yeah. Well, I mean, some of this stuff is going back, 94, I mean, this stuff was before you was born. Yeah, it was. This stuff was before you was born.
So, final thoughts?
Final thoughts, as far as me, I like the articulation. I love the light piping as far as Smokescreen because that's bad. That just looks evil, menacing. As far as Dreadwing here, He looks like a Hulk with no mind. And that's what I'm getting from him. That's the mind. That's the pure brute strength. And that's the thinker. That's what I'm getting from this set. I like it. On a scale 1 to 10, I give it an 8. There's been a couple of things that I know could have been different and better. But I give it an 8. On a scale 1 to 10, because of the time and what they had as far as making it transform and giving it the articulation that we had back in 1994. So I like it. So that's me. That's my thoughts.
Oh. I also like these, but my only problem with Dreadwing here is that his chest doesn't tab in anywhere. So when you're trying to move his arms around, his chest will come undone because it doesn't tap in anywhere. But these still look really cool. So I think that's about it. So there you have it. Transformers Generation 2, Dreadwing and Smokescreen. And if you like this video, give us a like, comment, and subscribe for more.
We'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching.